how to write titles and tags to get more sales. Hello, I'm Chris Dalby from Craft Life Academy. I'm a 7-figure online craft seller, and that's across Etsy, Amazon Handmade, and Shopify. And I rate this particular skill in my top 3 skills to learn if you want to be successful selling crafts online. So like writing tags and titles is like building the foundation for a house, the perfect house. Get the foundations right, and then you can continue to build the perfect house on top. So writing titles and tags, let's get started. So I think the best way to start looking at writing the perfect titles and tags for your listings is to really look at the Etsy visitor search experience. And so I've done a little table here, well, pyramid here, colored pyramid. A lot of my students will say that I do like to use a lot of colored pyramids. But if we have a look at the top, so at the top, we have, well, first off, actually, let's just say you're making sterling silver daisy necklace, and that's the best description that you can come up with for your product, to describe your product. The search experience, though, will start, for most people, will actually start with a broad keyword search. And so that would be along the lines of silver necklace. And so that would return a big variety of what they might be looking for. But they may be looking and think, well, you know, I actually quite like the floral designs and flowery designs, so I'm going to type in the next search might be floral silver necklace, and then from there again maybe narrowed down further. Maybe they found something that they like. They really like daisies, and so they go ahead and do a search for daisy silver necklace, and as they move down through the pyramid, they eventually will get to the sterling silver daisy necklace, which will then result in a purchase. Now, the majority of searches will start up here, and then a small amount will end up going straight in at exactly what they want, and then go straight to purchase. But the vast majority will start at the top and then work their way down. So step 1, I want you to take this pyramid and start to apply it to the product that you have in mind, starting with the broadest keyword search at the top. So this would actually not be the start of your title tag, because this is the broad keyword, and because this keyword is highly competitive and very widely searched for. So this top level keyword would actually be the category that you place your item into in Etsy, and placing it into the category will actually give you that coverage for that keyword. And what we're going to be looking at is focusing on the longer buyer keywords that we can come up with. And so if you take your product and start to sort of populate this pyramid with the search terms that you think are most likely to turn up for your product, most likely to be the buyer keywords. It doesn't matter if you're not completely sure at the moment. We're just having a starting point, and we can actually use this starting point, the silver necklace, and move through these also as we go. Because the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to take a look at the keyword surfer, which is in the Chrome web store. So you need the Chrome browser, and go ahead and download this keyword surfer, because it's a really handy tool when it comes to identifying keywords and what sort of words you're going to want to populate your titles with. And once you've downloaded this extra browser extension, you're then ready to head over to Google and to just conduct some searches. Alrighty, moving on, writing titles and tags to skyrocket your craft business. But before we do, we have a slide alert.
Welcome to our hot tub sign printed out on the white water slide decal paper. We take one metal blank, dunk it into water, start sliding away. $4.52 in materials, $29 recommended retail price in 40 seconds flat. Now we're just going to take a little bit of cotton wool and start brushing away the water. The hardening process will begin, and then in the morning we can take a little bit of clear varnish spray to that. Now this was a product that we know is a hot seller on Amazon and Etsy. We sent the design over to 5R. It came back $5 later, and we have our own unique product ready to rock and roll.
Okay, just another example of how we can easily slide our way to profits. If you want to see more examples of water slide and film technology sliding away on to make crafty products, check out my 1 hour free training, and it's also in the link below. But for now, let's move on to writing titles and tags. And so over to Google, and this is what it's going to look like when you've downloaded the Chrome browser extension. So over to the right hand side, with every search that you make, the keyword surfer brings back some related keywords, and we're going to be looking at the main keyword to begin with. Just like I said, if we just shoot back to the original pyramid, we've got silver necklace at the top, which would be your category on Etsy, and then we came up with other closely related keywords to the product itself that we were looking at, which is like a daisy necklace, silver daisy necklace. And so we just start off at the top really, and go through these keywords. So if we did a search for silver necklaces, we can see that like silver necklace, necklace silver, again, these are really just to look at, and I would suggest spending around about at least 30 minutes on this, because this is probably the most important exercise to take whenever you introduce a product onto Etsy or Amazon or into your Shopify store. And it's really looking at these, because over 30 minutes you'll come across like little golden nuggets of keywords, which could be long tail, which are not necessarily overly competitive, but have still a pretty strong search. And so it's really a case of just looking at all of these, and some of them you can discount, because say some of them might be like, for instance, like a silver pendant. People may just be searching for like a pendant to put on a necklace. And so you know straight away that, you know, you to discount that. We're looking at daisy chains, daisy, like people were searching in how to make a daisy chain, and there's quite a lot of searches for that. So you just know that there's a lot which you can sort of discount, and really it's just a starting point, because you're going to be discounting this massive keyword here anyway, silver necklace. So that's your category in Etsy. What we're looking for is the longer tailed keywords that are closely related to your item. So that's going to give you the most chance of a purchase, finding those keywords. And so we're just starting off really with that top one, taking a look down. This is producing 1 to 20 of 34. If you just go to this little button here, and you can load it up the next section. So one of the things that's standing out with the silver is that there's lots of different ways that people can look and search for it. So 925 is often used, and pure silver is often used, solid silver, and sterling silver. And so these are all like, here we go, like, yeah, pure silver necklace, 720. And these are all like little keywords which, you know, a lot of people are not going to be using. So you can use them either in your title or your tags, depending on whether they're a really close match for your item. And so just going back to the initial, so we've got floral silver necklace was another one which we came up with. So we can just do a little search for that, and let's just have a look at that. And just take a look at see what keyword surfer comes up with. So floral silver necklace was just another keyword which we brainstormed before taking a look at this. And this is really interesting, because as we can see here, you know, it could quite easily be a keyword which you would just automatically think, oh, well, I'm going to put that into my title. But as we can see here, like, unlucky, no results found. So it's not a keyword which is particularly overly searched for, so not necessarily going to have that in there. So have a look at daisy silver necklace next. So daisy silver necklace, take a look down at keyword surfer. And so we've got a lot more here. So we've got daisy necklace, 2,900. And daisy necklace is silver, 320. We don't want a daisy pendant because that's probably just someone just looking for just a pendant. But daisy pendant necklace, 110. So all of these like add up when we've got them in a title. So you've got 140 characters. And it's great to make use of these less popular but keywords that are very, very closely matching to your actual product, because they're going to be buyer keywords. And what a lot of people, well, a big mistake that people make is by introducing really big volume keywords which are not necessarily related to their product. And I'll give you an example of that in a second. And so what we're aiming to do is literally just go through each of the initial keywords that you came up with, and we're building up our keywords to form a total. So we're actually looking to score the keywords. So for instance, like I said, I did a search and it returned 0. So we'd automatically exclude that keyword. But what we're looking to do is we're looking to build up our title. This is, I'll come to this in a second. This is not the title that we're using. This is an existing product which I'm looking at to use as an example. But this is what we're looking at. So I've already gone ahead and done the searches for all of these: silver necklace, floral silver necklace, daisy silver necklace, sterling silver daisy necklace, and literally had a look through each of these and then headed on to the next page just to see what they turn up. But what we're looking at doing is we want to end up with a score of several hundred. Now that doesn't mean to say that like the biggest score is the best, because obviously you could just put in just one particular keyword, it's just massive, 200,000 a month in search. It's just not at all what we're doing here. We're looking at buyer keywords that have recorded like several hundred, between like 100 and sort of 800 or 900 in search, that are just sort of kind of less popular, could often be sort of 3 or 4 words in length. And so we've got like daisy necklace silver 390, daisy's necklace 2,900, daisy flower necklace 170, daisy chain jewelry 110, necklace with flower. Now that was an interesting one I saw that came up because it wasn't particularly popular in terms of competitiveness, but it's certainly quite an interesting keyword for us to possibly use. And then floral necklace, 880 searches a month, flowering necklace, flower pendant necklaces, flower chain necklace, flower silver necklace, 440. And then we got on to some sort of heavier hitting keywords, which are sort of like notice. Now, so what you're going to do, you've got like 140 characters, and so we're going to be populating the title with the buyer keywords, as we can see here, because all of these are very, very closely related to the item which we're going to be looking at. And so if we take a look at the item that I was actually looking at, which was this one sort of popped out from a shop. Now it's quite a cute silver daisy necklace, and this is their title that they're using for it. So sterling silver daisy necklace, and which is not a particularly overly popular keyword. It's one of the lower populated keywords. And then straight away, gift for mum. Now that is absolutely huge, over 200,000 searches a month, and it's not particularly related to this product overly, because bear in mind, gift for mum, you're competing with everybody that's selling perfumes, could even be like spa day vouchers, you name it, that you could purchase for your mum for a gift, and you're competing against those people. So absolutely massive. This shop's gone from a fairly small searched for keyword, which is very close to their item, which is good, but straight into like a huge gift for mum, Christmas gift necklace. And again, obviously during the year, Christmas gift necklace records pretty much no searches. And then best friend gift necklace. If you notice, there's a misspelling there, and I believe it's deliberate, and it's not something that I would recommend, because Etsy will automatically just correct it to necklace and display the best friend gift necklace, as you can see it. And the reason why I think it's a mistake is because the person's done it again here. Dissy flower necklace, which is missing the A for Daisy flower necklace. So I think it's deliberate, but it's not something that I would recommend, and I'll show you why in a second. Now, even with this particularly sort of fairly poorly written title, we can see that this person's recorded 28 reviews for this item. So it's something that I always recommend you look at. This is something that I'll talk about in strategy when you're coming to choose the products that you're actually going to make for your store. But if an item has recorded 28 sort of sales, then you can guarantee that there's been more than 10 times that amount. There's only really one in sort of like 10 or so people normally will actually write a review for the product they've bought. So this has probably sold over 300 of these reviews for this shop, 463. So quite interesting. It's fairly popular, and so certainly, if you were looking to make jewelry, then it certainly is quite a popular piece to make. But absolutely, we're now going to look at writing this title and tags in the best way that we possibly can. So just moving back to our work here. So as I say, we've gone to the keyword surfer, and we started off with our initial pieces of searches here, and so it would just be a case of step one is to just come up with the most popular keyword that you can think of, and then from there closely related searches that you might think for your item, and then just putting them into a keyword searcher and seeing what comes up, and then looking for the golden nuggets, which are the lesser searches but are also like maybe longer tailed but are very closely related to your product. And the idea is that we build up a title which scores several hundred at least, and without actually using a heavy hitter until the end. And also with regards to the tags, you've only got 20 characters for each tag, and so quite often if you've got like a longer tail keyword, you can't fit it in. But it's okay to split the actual keyword as long as you've got it in the tags. You can split them in half if you can. And as I say, when I was doing the searches, these words popped up quite often in searches for like silver jewelry. So real, pure, cute, light and simple were all quite important keywords to include. I noticed them popping up quite often, and so I would certainly put those in the tags. But on to writing the perfect title. So the idea is obviously to populate this area with searched for titles with the keywords that are going to record several hundred, and then we're going to, as I say, I've ended up here with just like a heavy hitter. But as we say, we've started off with daisy necklace, silver floral necklace, flower in necklace, daisy chain jewelry, and then daughter gift from mum, gift from daughter flower pendant. And there's lots of variations inside this, and as you can see, the difference between what I've wrote here and the actual title that someone's used here is massive, really. As you can see, so many more keywords. This keyword actually, sterling silver daisy necklace, very low, fairly low search volume, and these keywords here, this product is not going to turn up in search. I mean, I did the test just to make sure, but like literally I think I got to page 4 and they were not showing up for this these keywords here. And multi-daisy necklace, I don't even think is on the search. It would record 0 in search also. So we're going to be looking at, obviously, whatever your product is, going through those stages and matching them up with the buyer keywords. So this here, as I said, as per the surfer extension is recorded like a score of 5,490. And if you're not actually used to seeing people score titles, it's pretty much because this is the first time that I've actually spoken publicly about it. But a lot of people obviously behind the scenes are doing this, and certainly if you start to see videos popping up with people scoring titles, then you'll know that you heard it from me first, hopefully. And so 5,490 for this particular title tag, and that's without adding the end, the daughter gift from mum, gift from daughter, which is gift from mum, gift from daughter, both massive keywords. And obviously what they are is, when you actually do this at the end of your title, what you're doing is you're putting something in the bank for the future. That's how I see it, because what happens is, as you record sales and as you get more reviews for your product, it will turn up in searches for the more competitive keywords. And so you do the job right from the beginning by getting sales on your products by using the buyer keywords that return less search, but they're very targeted, and they're going to show up, more likely to show up in search for exactly what people want. That's the main point here. But also when people do a search for like daisy necklace silver, and you've got a silver daisy necklace, you stand a much better chance of them clicking through. And that's a massive deal, because it's the click-through rate which is also being monitored here. So you could turn up, say for instance, Etsy could put you at the very top for gift from mum, for a few minutes, and see what happens. And literally, if nobody clicks on your listing, it's completely pointless. You just drop completely out of the search, and the people that are recording the click-throughs and the sales, they're going to be pushed up. So it's really important to use the keywords that are most related to your item, the buyer keywords. That's what's going to get you the sales for your product, and that's really what's going to get you your reviews and make your way up for the bigger keywords over time. And that's what, should we say, a lot of sellers are kind of resting on their laurels at the moment. And it's this next generation of Etsy and Amazon Handmade sellers who are going to sort of knock them off their podiums, if you like, because you're going to be doing your homework correct from the start. And it is really, really important to spend half an hour and an hour at least on these titles, because you may only do them literally once, and 10 years later, I mean I've got a product which I did 10 years ago, and I only did the titles once, and I've not touched it in 10 years. I'm still recording daily sales for that particular craft product. And so do a great job on this titles and tags. So moving on, just a quick checklist really. So step one, sort of think of the 2 or 3 most relevant terms for your product, likely to be of like high search volume, like what we did up here. Literally just start it just as a starting point, and then start crafting your title to make several hundred score on the buyer related keywords. Those are the keywords which are really close to the describing your item. Then start doing searches on Keyword Surfer or whatever keyword tool you're using for buyer related keywords that are less competitive, and start populating your title with these keywords, kind of 80 to 20. So your most relevant buyer keywords first, and then finishing off with a couple of heavy hitting keywords towards the end. And when your product records sales and reviews due to its buyer keywords, over time it stands the best chance to show in search for the heavy hitters. This can take years, but getting the sales and reviews along the way makes the journey well worth it. And general tips like don't repeat a highly competitive keyword several times in your title or tags. Use this space for the longer tail keywords that have a better chance of your item showing up in search. So for this example, that keyword would be silver necklace. And so just ensure that you've put your item into this category on Etsy and let them do the work on this. And over time, as you record more sales, you're more likely to turn up for that particular keyword. Include the longer tail buyer keywords in your description and build up a score of several hundred. Don't assume anything. Like we saw earlier when I was doing my sort of brainstorming, if you like, for the what I thought would be kind of popular keywords. We straight away we saw a floral silver necklace was just nowhere, and you have to do that due diligence and those checks to find that out. You can't assume anything when it comes to writing titles. You need to be backed up with real data. And as I say, when completing your tags, add remaining keywords that you couldn't fit into your title. I mean, you only have 20 character space. And like I said before, it's okay to split a keyword into two. Just make sure you've got it in there, and add other related keywords that you came across when conducting your research. Like I said, again, the pure, 925, simple, cute and light were all words that people sometimes included when looking for a silver necklace. And finally, don't be obsessed with making constant changes to your titles. Literally do this job well the first time, and the visitors and buyers will come. You'll record sales and reviews, and your listings will rise in search for the best buyer keywords for your product over time. So that is my quick introduction to writing titles and tags for your Etsy listings. Now, if you are interested in learning more about selling crafts online, maybe you're a crafter and you'd like to start introducing your products online for the first time, or perhaps you're an existing seller and just not getting the sales that you'd like, check out the link below. That's my 1 hour of free training, packed with as much as I can get into the 1 hour. There's also an offer to join Craft Life Academy, which is a huge membership area full of videos, literally everything that I've learned over the last 10 years packed into one membership area. So check out the free training. If it feels like a good fit for you, consider joining Craft Life Academy. I'd love to see you on the other side.